Alright, review time. After playing the game for nearly a year now, and the anniversary being upon us, I think it's time to say some stuff about Wuthering Waves. I will be reviewing the game in a way to not ruin the experience for anyone who hasn't played it. Before we get started, I want you to know Wuthering Waves falls into the genre of action RPG, but it's also a gacha game. If you don't know what a gacha game is, be sure to look into that so you understand what you may be getting into. With that out of the way, these will be my talking points. And let's take it from the top with story. Wuthering Waves takes place in a world known as Solaris 3. Here, you'll be playing as Rover, a godlike being with amnesia. You'll choose between male or female. There isn't anything majorly different between them other than the slight animation differences and voice acting. You can switch the gender afterwards anyway. Either way you go, you will be getting hit on by every other woman and promptly friend zoning them.
Rigorously trained.
The major plot of the story has Rover gradually finding out who they are, while solving all the world's problems along the way. This will have you journeying across continents, islands, and sailing the sea, with every region having its own set of issues ranging from the aftermath of an apocalyptic event to religious deception and manipulation. The story provides as many questions as it does answers, keeping you wondering what's going to come up next. I will say that the beginning of the story is a bit of a lore bomb. You'll be bombarded with lingo you don't understand, like tacit discords and resonators.
This is the center of the etheric sea. A tacit field?
But if you stick with it, it will sink in. During your journey, you'll meet a huge variety of characters. The majority of them have their own story quests you can do, which can be an interesting look into who the character really is. You'll learn things about them you wouldn't otherwise know. There's a few that might make you shed a tear, so be prepared. With that being said, let's get into what we really use the characters for.
Victory favors me.
The combat is generally what attracts people to this game, and for good reason, because it's fun. It's one of those things where you don't have to be great to get far, but you do have to be great to do the most difficult content. It's very much skill-based. You can potentially beat things out of your level range. A lot of that's thanks to the perfect dodge mechanic and being able to stun bosses and some other enemies. You'll make a team of 3 characters that you can switch between to utilize their attacks, buffs, and so on. While characters are unique from one another, they do have a basic framework they function from. They all have a string of basic attacks, an ultimate, which is called a Resonance Liberation, and a few other things available to them. You're able to level up all those abilities too, your characters and weapons. Keep in mind, just because you equipped a certain weapon, that might not be what you see visually on the field. Kuro wanted to be more broad with visual weaponry, so you'll see that with some characters, like the character coming up, Lupa. She equips a broad blade, but visually it's mostly a spear that she uses. The other things you can equip are echoes. You'll potentially see them anytime you kill something that isn't human. Echoes are essentially gear that you equip to gain stats. They have set bonuses too, and you can also use a skill attached to one of the echoes you use. There are hundreds of echoes out there for you to find in the world, and yes, it does feel like Pokemon. While you're running around hunting echoes, you're very likely going to run into other things you can do. So let's get into that next. While exploring the world, you're going to find a lot to do out in the open, other than just opening treasure chests. There are plenty of collectibles like Sonus caskets, which you can turn into beef up your stamina. Many of these activities aren't related to combat, like puzzles, dodging games, platforming challenges, and races. There's plenty of combat related things to do as well, like protect the tower, or hologram fights, which are amped up boss fights. If you check out the events area in the game, you'll find even more stuff to do. These events come and go with every update, though some of them have become permanent, like the oddly addicting fishing minigame. If you're looking for a challenge, check out the Tower of Adversity or the Whimpering Waste. These tend to be the hardest content in the game. Yes, Whimpering Waste is a goofy name, but check out the arena it's in. It's very cool, very beautiful. Since we are on the subject of beauty, let's move on to audio visual. While I do love the combat and exploration of the game, the music and appearance is probably my favorite. Be prepared to see many incredible views. The sky will be very different depending on the time of day and what part of the world you're in, even though that doesn't make sense. Keep in mind, I'm not even showing you the best of what you're going to see. I want you to find that on your own. There are even some quests that, when finished, will change the world in some way. I don't know how many times I've been exploring and just have to pause to take a picture. Side note, they have a great photo mode to play with. You can even remove the character from view. But maybe you don't want to do that because the characters look very nice and detailed. Just check out the intricate details of the clothes, for instance. Let's not forget the wonderful voice acting. You'll even hear the occasional accent too, which helps make the world feel more alive.
Next time you're in Yojo, I'll treat you.
What makes things truly magical though is when the music swoops in. I cannot praise the music enough. There's a variety of genres like dubstep, rock, fully orchestrated, or just piano music. It feels as though when they make a song, they do so with the intention of building the scene or world around the song, not the other way around. Nothing feels out of place. It feels like it's meant to be there. It helps create beautiful scenes and for storytelling that can grab at your emotions a bit. Kuro Games does have all the music on Spotify, so be sure to check that out. Speaking of Kuro, it's time to talk about them. I know it may be strange to talk about the company who makes the game, but I feel like I need to. Mostly because they are still updating the game and you want to know it's in good hands. It's also because they seem to go the extra mile and do a lot of things that aren't exactly necessary, but really add to the community and betterment of the game overall. If you go to the Wuthering Waves YouTube channel, you'll see tons of extra content they make. Cute and silly animations, new songs, character showcases, and so much more. Kuro is also on top of giving the community what they want with many quality of life changes. Like at the beginning of this video, I mentioned how you can switch between male and female rover. That wasn't in the game until a few months ago, but that's what the people wanted, so they got it. The best one so far is the ability to skip dialogue, because sometimes you may not like a character. I know there's been a lot of glazing of the game up to this point, But now it's time to do the opposite. My biggest concerns with the game all revolve around what happens over the course of time. After a couple of years, that's when you're likely to notice a degradation in quality. This can happen for a couple of reasons. For example, the company has built up enough of an audience that they feel they can pull back on the workload and quality. They may lose some of their audience doing this, but the real play here is by this point in the game's existence, a lot of the audience have invested a bunch of time and probably money in the game. This makes them less likely to walk away even when the quality starts to diminish. Another reason is they just can't maintain their creativity. This reason isn't as malicious as the previous one. As time goes on, it simply becomes more difficult to continue to make unique characters and environments. The options simply narrow down as you make them, leaving you less to work with. Now that we have some reasons why this might happen, what's it look like when the game starts to degrade? It mostly shows when creativity begins to drop, when things stop looking unique, and similarities start appearing often. Like when the story just isn't as interesting anymore, or maybe the plot sounds too much like a previous storyline. New characters may be too similar to old ones, whether it's visuals or personality. You may even see characters that look kind of dumb or silly, maybe even have a stupid looking weapon, all for the sake of it being unique. The good thing is, these problems aren't showing up yet, and they shouldn't be. It's far too early for that. As I said before, these are concerns of what happens over time. It's important for us to watch out for it and pay attention to it. You don't want to support a company who doesn't really care about its audience anymore. For now, that's not really a problem for us. So let's wrap this up with some questions for you. What do you think of the game? Are you excited for the 2.4 update coming up? And what characters are you interested in? Maybe you have some concerns of your own to share. If you're a new person wondering if you should try the game, I mean, it's free to play. You have nothing to lose after all. With that, it's time for me to go. See you next time.